Well, hello, friends. Real quick before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal, I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid, upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month, but it be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream. And I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's two ways you can give me your answers. Number one, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number two, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news, what would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you. So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode. Well, hello, I'm Kimberly Brock, and for the last 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. And so now I'm on a mission to help other women just like you do the exact same thing. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started. We can all agree that the thought of starting your own business can be super scary, and it feels risky too, right? So many people I talk to don't ever start their businesses for those two reasons. They feel like they're going to fail and they feel like they're going to lose money. And I cringe when they say this because it breaks my heart. Because I want you to know right now, if you're listening, that you can start a business based on what you already know and love, and you can build something special for your life and take control of your future. And I want to help you do that. And I want to take out the scariness and the riskiness that you may be feeling when starting your business. So I've just created a brand new workshop for you. And maybe it's not even for you. Maybe it's for a friend that you know that's been saying they want to start a business, right? I take you through a systematic approach so that you can take your strengths and passions and find that perfect sweet spot of a business, but also research and validate your idea so that by the end, you are confident in this business idea that you have and you know that it's going to work, right? I want to set you up for success. So if you have been looking for a way to figure out the best business idea for you and really research it and validate it and make sure it's going to work before you get started, then please join me in my new workshop. There's a link below. There is a self-paced version that you could get started on right now, today, right after you listen to this. So I hope you'll join me. I hope you'll check it out. It's something that I put my heart and soul into because I just don't want anyone saying they can't do it or they don't know how to validate their idea. I've given you the tools to do just that. So check below for the link. Thanks. On to the episode. Well, hello, it's Kimberly here. I am your host. It's episode 44. I am so glad that you're here today and you're working on your business, right? That's why you're listening. And if you're new here, I'm so happy that you have joined me each week. I provide valuable tips and resources for your business journey, whether you're just starting or you've been in business a while. I'm so happy to have you. Make sure right now you hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any future episodes. So if you're in Apple Podcasts, for example, there's a subscribe button right there. Should be, if you look down on your phone, you can hit subscribe and it will just notify you each week when I drop a new episode. If you've been listening a while, I want to thank you so much. Thank you all to my loyal listeners. And if you've never rated this podcast, will you do that right now for me? All you have to do, scroll down. Again, if you're an Apple Podcast, you can scroll down. There's like a 5-star rating. If you would just hit that. That's all you have to do. Just hit the 5 stars. I would be so appreciative. Thank you so much. And if you have a few seconds to write a written review, that is even better. So thank you all so much for being here and for listening. Today, I want to share with you the 4 things that you can do to help relieve yourself of disappointment to help prevent disappointment in your life and business. Because the truth is, in your business, there is going to be some disappointments at times. I can't even tell you. I've had various disappointments over the last 20 years. We could be here all day, right? But I want to prevent you from not having and experiencing those disappointments, because there's things you can do if you feel yourself getting down or just like, oh my gosh, I stink right now, I'm not doing well. I want to give you 4 like coping mechanisms to help you get through, okay? So today, here we go. The first thing that you can do if you are feeling disappointment, whether you're starting your business, you've been in business a while, maybe you're pivoting your business, is to get real about what is really going on. Okay. So I know a lot of times we can all sit here and be disappointed because maybe you're starting your business and you're like, I'm so happy. I just created these candles and I hear crickets. No one is buying them. Or I just created an online workshop and no one is buying it. Or I just started offering piano lessons and no one is calling me. What I want you to do when that happens is to step back and get real for a minute. Get real. Act like you are a friend. A friend is looking at your business. And imagine you are someone else. You are viewing it in the eyes of someone else and realize that there's a reason why you're hearing crickets. Is it because, number 1, maybe your product isn't needed? People don't want it. Or is it number 2, that you haven't promoted it? You haven't marketed it. Nobody has any idea that you're even selling it. Think about that. Get real with yourself about the situation. I know I've had to do that in the past because when I was running my online boutiques, seriously, and you've heard me say this before, I'm not kidding. When I started in about 2003, I would put things up on the website. They would come up on the first page. And then in like 2005, I think it was 2005 when I launched my second online business. It was the kids' fan gear, like all kinds of baby onesies and pacifiers and sippy cups and bedding and all that was college themed, all kind of team themed gear. And I would literally put up, like I remember putting up Texas Longhorn crib bedding and like Florida Gators crib bedding. It would be on the first page. And I'm not kidding, within a week, because no one was selling this online at the time. I have no idea. It was God's hand in that because I had no clue. I just was selling something people wanted and put up. But as years went by, later, much years later, I started losing my rankings because there was like Fanatics, I think it was, and all these like big fan gear shops. And then Amazon started carrying so much fan gear. Because you have to realize when I started in the very beginning, my online boutiques, Amazon was there, but they only sold books, which is so weird to think about, right? So later down the line, when I started losing rankings or people weren't buying as much as they were before, they weren't on the first page, my husband would look at me and go, well, look at the situation. It's different. They have other places they can buy it. You've got other big players that are paying for placement on Google and all this stuff. And when I would get real, I would realize, okay, this is the state of my business because of that. It's not because people don't like me. It's not because they actually don't think these products are cute. They love these products. They're buying them. They're just buying from someone else at this time, right? So you have to get real. So that's what I want to warn you is whenever you're disappointed in something or someone, get real about the situation. If you're disappointed that a customer is unhappy, sometimes I'm going to tell you, there are customers you will never ever make happy, and they are mean people. There are mean people. I've had people steal from me, say I didn't ship products when we know we did. All of this stuff you wouldn't even believe. Get real about the people that you're dealing with. This is a person that is unhappy. They're always unhappy. They treat every retail transaction as a mean human being. So get real about it before you get upset about it and you feel disappointed. Okay? So that's what I just want you to do. Step back. That's your first coping mechanism. Step back and get real about the situation before you feel so disappointed. Number 2, stop yearning for things to be the way that they used to be. Isn't this true? Don't we sometimes like maybe when you have a really bad teenager, you're yearning for when they were like a cute little baby with their thumb in their mouth and slept for 4 hours in the afternoon, right? Go back to number 1 and go get real. Okay, no, they grew up. But number two, stop longing for that. Take every situation for what it is, because now you can sit here and go, okay, this is the situation. My business is in this state of right now, or people are not excited about this type of product anymore. And I'll give you another example from my online boutique that was in this very room that we sold all types of personalized gifts. And it was like, just everything monogrammed, all kinds of tote bags. We had scarves, these chevron scarves and chevron jute bags that went absolutely crazy and everyone was buying them. And then later that kind of those sales dipped down because people weren't loving chevron as much. It wasn't as hot. And also, just in general, over the 16 years that in this very room was online, monogramming was so popular for so long, and it dipped down, and now it's kind of settled at a point, and it was very, very disappointing. And I would long for the days when I would get so many orders for monogrammed chevron tote bags. Okay. But when you do that, you put yourself in a position to be sad instead of excited for what you do offer and how you can shift. Right? Because there's things that you can be doing. But I think, first of all, you have to stop yourself and say, yesterday isn't today. We know that by social media, how fast that changes. Yesterday is not today. We know that Amazon is online and killed a lot of online boutiques. Okay. Yesterday is not today. This is a whole new world, right? This is a new way, and everything is changing at a faster pace than it ever has. So stop longing for what was, appreciate what was, celebrate what was. Oh, wasn't my teenager so cute as a baby? Oh, wasn't it fun when chevron tote bags were amazing? But that's not today. So let's not get ourselves caught in that sadness and that disappointment. Let's celebrate what was. Let's be excited for today and for what can happen. It's just like when the sun rises in the morning. I love the sunrise. I'm a sunrise girl. I love it so much. And I love it. I've had people ask me, why do you love sunrise over sunset? I love sunset. Sunset's absolutely magnificent. But I love sunrise because it's the hope of a new day. It's the excitement and anticipation and the beauty of what is to come. And that's the truth. That's how I feel. I love sunrises. I love a cup of coffee with the sunrise. So I want you to think about that and be excited for what is today and not lament of the past, but celebrate the past. Okay, number 3. Realize what you have done and achieved in this business. I'm not kidding. Here's an example. So I've been working with my son on his college essays, and he's been writing them, but I've been like tweaking little things here and there. He's been doing a great job. But he was writing these various essays, and I sat there kind of aghast and in admiration of him, realizing all that he has done, not just awards or not just grades or not just AP classes, things like that. The kind of human being that he is and what he has created for himself. And you've heard me talk about he's built his own business. He's got a power washing business. He's in high school, and it's been perfect now for COVID because he has time to do this during the school year. But I realize that we don't do this often enough for ourselves to really not brag, not in a braggadocious way at all, not in a conceited way, not in a narcissistic way, but in a way of humbly recognizing what we've accomplished. I mean, really think about it. If you've had a physical storefront, maybe you've had a boutique, a gift boutique, realize what it's done to get there. I've never had a retail store. I've had an online store. I know that business in and out. I've never had a retail store. You got to approach it differently. It's a beast and it's amazing. I admire every boutique I go in. I'm not kidding, because I can see what they have put into it, everything they've done, their heart, their soul, their money. And now so many are going out of business. And of course, that breaks my heart. But again, you have to go back to get real situation. 2, stop longing for the past, realize what's today. But realize what you've done. Realize what you've created. Realize how successful you've been. I mean, even me, I'm a business coach and I help people do things. No, this is not $1 million business. But sometimes I sit there and go, oh my gosh, look how amazing, my other business is. And then my husband will stop and say, look what you did. You took an opportunity and you went for it. You saw a gap in the market and you built an online store as quick as you could and you started making sales. And he's right. He's right. You have to celebrate the accomplishments that you've made. I mean, even me with this business here with coaching, I think about when I was doing my son's essay, I thought, okay, what would I be writing? And then I thought, oh my gosh,
This year, I have done so much. I finally just released my first paid workshop, right? I do offer one-on-one consulting, but I had always wanted to have some type of product that you would call evergreen that I could constantly be selling that people could buy anytime. And I launched that, which you heard at the beginning of this episode. But I went to a podcast convention all by myself out of state in Florida last year. I didn't know a soul, stayed in a hotel. It was actually really fun because it was a vacation for me. But I did that. I learned how to launch a podcast. I'd never done anything like that before. I've never spoken in front of people before, right? Done that. I've learned how to build a Wix website, a Squarespace website, and now moved on to a Kajabi website, which I'm stoked about. I've done all that in the past 9 months. I have learned how to start a blog. Even though I don't really blog, I use my podcast as my blog. I could go on. I'm not here talking about to brag about myself at all. But when I sat there and reflected, I thought, wow, you've actually done a lot and learned so much. I've read or audiobooked probably 15 business books, which is not that much. I had a neighbor that read 300 books last year. What is that? Anyways, that's amazing. Totally amazing. But my point is, you have done amazing things. You've done them awesome. If you need to write them down right now, get out your phone, do the notes app. What have you accomplished this year? What all have you done? What have you done in the past that is awesome? Be excited for what you've done. Most importantly, be excited for what you have recently done, because there's probably changes that have been happening in your life over the last year, and you've done something to make them better. Right? Or more efficient or more effective, or you've pivoted your business, or you've been brainstorming your business and you've been researching it, right? There's things that you've been doing that have been amazing. Okay, so the fourth thing that I want you to do to mitigate feeling disappointed is to say, what is the opportunity that I have today? You have an opportunity. If you are teaching piano lessons and you have never taught piano lessons before, you have an opportunity to change, maybe it's kids' lives, adults' lives, and give them a lifelong skill of music that they never had before. And how can you reach them where they are right now? Can you do Zoom lessons? Can you offer to go to their house with a mask? Are they ones that are real scared about you? Can you take measures to be safe if you have to go into people's homes? What can you be doing right now? Because I'm telling you, you have an opportunity right now to make a difference in lives through your business. I have an opportunity to help people take their career into their own hands and start a business based on what they already know and love. That's the opportunity I have. So I have to always step back and remind myself of that. And I say, how do I meet them where they are? What can I be providing? What can I be talking about? What can I be sharing? What can I be making? What can I be producing that will help them get to where they want to be with their business? And that may be just starting, or that may be going from starting to making $2,000 a month, or to $3,000 a month, or to $5,000 or $10,000 a month, right? There's impact you were meant to be making. I'm telling you now, and you have a unique opportunity. With COVID and everything, our world is changed. We are forever changed. What is your new opportunity to look for? Instead of being disappointed that you lost your job or that your other business isn't doing well and it's not what it was, where can you go forward? Where can you take steps? Because I know you can. I know you can make a difference. So, did you get all that? Did you get the 4 ways to not be disappointed, to save yourself from feeling that? There's no reason to. You can get real about what the situation is and how we got here, right? You can stop lamenting the past and say, okay, I'm excited for what happened. I'm proud of myself, but here I am today. And today is a new day with a new sunrise and it's new hope, right? I can realize and appreciate, and in the privacy of my own home, pat myself on the back and say, man, you did do this. Be proud. You accomplished something this year so far. Maybe it wasn't monetary achievement. Maybe it was character achievement. Maybe you served others. Maybe you accomplished learning software that you needed to learn. Maybe you took on a new instrument. What did you do? And the fourth thing is to take today to say, I've got a unique opportunity because there's impact that I was meant to be making, and I'm going to do it. And how am I going to do that? So I hope this helps you all today. I have no idea why this came upon me. It's probably a God thing. It just today, this hit me. I literally put together this episode quickly. Maybe you're saying, I can tell, and it's not very good. Or maybe you're saying, it's what I needed today, so I don't feel disappointment in my life. I hope you don't, because there's so much that's ahead. I'm so excited you're here. And again, if you're just starting your business and you're trying to nail down your idea, I created that workshop for you. You can start it right now where you can really validate your business idea and make sure it's the perfect one for you that'll make money. So that is it. Thank you all for being here. And again, if you're not in my private Facebook group, join me, please. There's a link down below. Hit the button and it'll take you. You'll have to answer a few questions. And so many people, y'all click on this button and you'll go to the Facebook page and you request to be in the group, but you fail to answer the questions. So I want to tell you now, there's 3 quick questions about your business, about you, to answer. And then you can get in my Facebook group with the others. So thank you so much for listening. That is it. Have a wonderful day. Bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com. And yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.